Welcome back to American Agenda. Bob Sellers here with Heather Childers. Plan to pay slave reparations to America's blacks could soon be heading to the House floor. The House Judiciary Committee voting 25-17, creating a reparation proposal draft to fix what they call a racial wealth gap and detailing how they say the nation's economic advancement was once derived from the work of slaves. But how can such a plan be implemented? Will it apply to all blacks, even recent immigrants from Africa? And also, just before we get to all this, that's just one of the things working the way. If they got rid of the filibuster in the Senate, theoretically, now you may not have Sinema and Manchin on board, but theoretically you could have statehood in D.C. You could have 4 more members of the Supreme Court. There's a big agenda going on here, Stacy, that reparations is part of.
So, to me, if they were serious about doing this, they would have done it when President Obama was in office and they had large majorities in the House. And they had 2 years of a sweetheart type arrangement with all 3 branches of the government under their control. And they could have passed reparations then, but they didn't. Now they're bringing it up. And I really feel like it's an insult to us as Black Americans that this political football is constantly lobbed and used as a way to kind of gin up emotions as opposed to addressing policies that could help the Black community achieve more wealth attainment. And last thing I'll say about it is if you currently have poor money management skills, no matter how much money you're given, you will see that money quickly leave your hands, because if you're bad with a little bit of money, you'll be horrible with a lot of money. People who are good money managers will take whatever they have and they will grow it. And people who are poor at managing money will drain the funds that they currently have. And it doesn't matter how much you put in, more will be drained out. So this is not the right way to unify us, as Biden promised to do. And it certainly is insulting to us as Black Americans that we're constantly put through the rigmarole of the Democrats being used for them as a bludgeon against other Americans to make their political points.
Yeah, the money thing, you can find lotto winners. They win millions of dollars in no time. Suddenly they don't have any money left. Obviously, it depends on the situation. But Aaron, what's your take? The reparations and anything else you want to talk about?
Well, this is a slippery slope, legally speaking. So first of all, when slaves came to the United States of America, they were purchased from Africans who were potentially African and, Black. They would be Black, right? Second of all, Jewish people were slaves in Egypt. So Jews should probably get some sort of reparations here in the United States. And there are slaves all over the world. What about the Uyghurs currently in China? So slavery is not a uniquely American experience. Slavery is something that's gone all over the world. Listen, it's wrong anywhere and everywhere, but reparations now, aka free money for people that are generationally removed from this, is not the way to solve any problem. All it's doing is making these Democrat politicians feel that they are virtue signaling and doing something, in air quotes, good for the African American population, which should honestly be seen as pandering and really, really sad.
Yeah. Your take on this, Heather?
I think that we could go back to the conversation we were having earlier about packing the court. I think packing the court, D.C. statehood, reparations, infrastructure, all of these are attempts by the Democrats to throw things out there, see whatever sticks, see whatever has the best in terms of polling numbers, to then do away with the filibuster. Use this as an excuse to do away with the filibuster if that particular topic at hand, any of these, is something that they think that the American people would favor.
Yeah. Nate, your thoughts?
Well, reparations isn't totally unprecedented in American history. Ronald Reagan famously signed a reparations bill for the Japanese Americans who had been interned in camps during World War II by FDR. But this is radically different, and it's to Aaron's point, it's because of the generational difference. Ronald Reagan's reparations bill was a payout and an apology letter to folks who had actually had something wrong happen to them. This is an endorsement of the Democratic Party line on race, which is that we are not individuals first and foremost, but we are defined by our group membership. And it doesn't matter whether or not something did happen to you, but if something happened to one of your ancient ancestors, that entitles you to remuneration. It's actually an endorsement of a really radical idea, and one that is frankly contrary to the basic American conception of what it means to be a citizen.
But it sure is pandering, as I think everybody is pointing out, to a certain voting sector that the Democrats really want solidly on their side. So, Stacy Washington, thank you so much. Aaron Elmore and Nate Huckman, thank you so much for being with us. We're going to have more of American Agenda after this.